Well, here we are at Model Expo 2018. It's busy. My hands are shaking a little bit. I got first. Wow. Wow. I'm astounded and very, very happy. Second was Starbug from Red Dwarf. Which is very beautiful. And third was Granddad's Tractor, which is really nice too. There's some pretty stiff competition in the Scratchbuilt. Then we got a commended for the Tyrannosaurus skeleton and a commended for this H.R. Geiger space jockey chair, which is also pretty funky. Wow. I'm pretty chuffed. I got first. I got first. Well done. Nice one, Seaboss. My hands are shaking. Stunning helicopter. That came first. Medium scale axis propeller aircraft, so there's some pretty niche little categories. I really want to build something like this. Japanese seaplanes just fascinate me. But so the winner, look at this. That's a beautiful, beautiful paint job. It's very subtle weathering, really realistic. Like that definitely passes the realism test for me. So that was first. Second is this lovely seaplane. And again, that panel line work is really restrained. Lovely. Yeah, some nice stuff. Let's keep walking around the corner here. Ah, there's third. That's a nice Messerschmitt. That's lovely. Wow. Well, I would have had a hard time judging this. Very hard time. And I always like a Tony. Another big club display. So, medium scale jets. Here's the winner. There's a really lovely Tomcat over here. And I also like this Meteor, but mainly just because I really love a Meteor. That and Vampires I love. I think they're my favourite jets. Second is this little Comet. Great paint job, really nice. I'm hoping you can pick that up in this. It's really muted and subtle. Yeah, I like that a lot. Over here we have small scale planes. So propeller driven small scale. And look at these big guys here. Wow. That's a small scale. I really like this plane here. I very much like French aircraft. French colour schemes on aircraft. Always cool. So first place is this BF 109. Second, another BF 109. And third is a Focke-Wulf. in the large jets category. Here's our first place winner, and I think, looking at this, that those eagles are hand painted. I don't think that's a decal. If it is, it's an amazing decal. Oh, maybe, look up the back here. That little triangle at the edge of the feathering. Hard to say, but it's nice. There's a really nice RNZAF plane here. Didn't place for some reason. I like that. Yeah, jets, I'm a bit out of my depth. I don't know what to look for. But I guess, apparently, again, another thing I learned judging is that you shouldn't have to be an expert on the category to judge it impartially. So it's got second. These are some big planes, some big models. Where would you store it? Like I said, sucker for a French aircraft. Well, French colour scheme. Before you guys jump in and say, oh, that's British. French colour scheme. So a lot of entries in this category here. Tough to win. Some interesting entries, a Japanese Messerschmitt and a French Focke-Wulf. Around here to the winners. So third place is this little guy. Try and show you the detail in the cockpit there. First place is this fat bar. Excuse me. Second is this Lancaster from the French Naval Air Force, and that is stunning. It's really nice. So this is one of my favourite categories. Large scale, 1/32 basically, propeller, pre-1935 aircraft. So in recent years there's been a lot of wingnut wings on this category, and just some beautiful, beautiful stuff. But yeah, I wanted to show you the winner. The winner is just amazing. Look at this, look at the detail inside the engine bay. Stunning. I always love a club display that goes through the history of something. So this one from, I think, the Western Suburbs Model Club, the theme is Bombs Away. It's all about bombers. So you start right up here with early World War I stuff on that back level, progresses through to World War II, small, bigger, biggest. Then we start getting into late war, and then jets. It's really cool. It's always an interesting way to see the development of a theme, the development of a technology. I think it's a nice idea every time someone does it. I like it. That's a big model. This is HK Models Flying Fortress. Third is this lovely Zero. Beautiful display. Really nicely displayed. Second is this Claude. bit got a commendation. Another nice 0. It's beautiful. So hard to paint white well. Yeah, I respect that. Nice stuff. It's a nice Centurion. So this category is military fighting vehicles post 1950. Where's first? I can't actually see first here. Unless someone's already taken it home. Sherman, Super Sherman's nice. Very nice. Oh, big announcement. This is the intermediate category for military AFVs, and all 5 of these were built by a guy called Ethan that I just met, and he's a legend. And he's cleaned up. Really love this BT7. It's nice. And the Tiger's cool too. Who doesn't love a Tiger? Well done, Ethan. That's great. Respect, it's his first time entering. So this is an Armour category. Let me just duck around the corner here. Fast pan. So military fighting vehicles, Allied, large scale. First place is this. But I wouldn't have said that's Allied. I don't know. I don't know what the category descriptions are, but that's Russian. And beautiful little panhard here. I always love a panhard. Some nice stuff. What I did know, so I volunteered as a judge this year, and I'll do a video about that at some later stage. But what I did learn is that depending on what category you go into, so for this one, for example, it's all about the armour. So if I was judging this one, I can't do any judging of the figure or the groundwork on this. I purely would have to judge just the vehicle. And that seems a pity. Yeah, it's a really nice groundwork. I mean, there's, displaying on a base, which is good, and top tip, it's actually really clever because it means they can't tip your vehicle upside down to check the underneath. But, yeah, it seems a pity that you can do work like that, or, for example, with this Matilda, that groundwork and those figures don't count. It's purely the vehicle in this category. That's my understanding. I was put with a senior guy, and that's what he told me. Yeah. Interesting. That's a worthy second. Beautiful. Over here we have military fighting vehicles before 1950. One thing I'm a bit sad about this year is this is the only really big scale tank that I've seen here this year. and it's beautiful. I'm hoping I can catch some of the detail. Look at the headphone cords. Look at the detail around the engine grills. It's just stunning. Beautiful. So that got it commended. What got first? Let's have a look. First is this Panther. It's nice. Third is this Tiger. Then around here we've got the Senior Military Vehicles and Equipment Large Scale Modified, so it's not just fresh out of the box, you've done something to it. And I did help judge this category, and it was really eye-opening and interesting. It's fascinating. So first place is this beautiful little German half-track. Gorgeous, really gorgeous. Second was this Panther Rheintochter. Some lovely paintwork on the metallics and the wood there. Hope you can see that's plywood, those fins. But yeah, I think for me the weathering on this is just perfect. It's not too overdone. Loved it. Really love it. This mortar carrier got it commended. And one of the things on that one was that the helmets at the front there, the camouflage netting, it's stockings. How cool's that? Another commended up the back for the Buffalo. And third was this MATV. And again, with this one, specific instructions don't take the groundwork or the diorama into account. In this category, it is all about the vehicle. And it's a really tidily made vehicle. Sadly, this little Kubel wagon lost a wheel. When we got here to judge, the wheel was already off. So that's a bit of a problem. There was one other vehicle which lost a wheel as well when it got picked up, and that definitely counts against you, unfortunately. It's hard to recover from that. Yeah, it was very eye-opening to judge this year. I found it fascinating. I learnt a lot. Learnt a lot about the process and learnt some hints about what to avoid in the future. And they are basically, don't let the wheels fall off, paint underneath. Medium scale military stuff. So these are all 1/48 by the look of it. There's a lot of skill involved. First is this Japanese tank. Second is this nice half-track. Here's another group. It's Military Armoured Fighting Vehicles Axis. You can read the sign. What am I telling you for?
Hey, John Booth and George O, can you please come to the presentation area? John Booth and George O.
Nice stuff. non-military dioramas. Oh, let's get some focus. That's better. The one that won is absolutely lovely. The food truck. Isn't that just amazing? It's beautiful. Really lovely Citro. Third. And where's second? Second, here we go. I really love this one, this Commended. I thought this was quite charming. This is the vignettes category. First place. It's lovely. Third place. Look, this is really, really, really impressive. I'm not quite sure what separated these two. It must have been very, very close judging. Still got wobbly hands, sorry guys. I'm still getting over finding mine. Commended. And I'll try and zoom in. So here's the diorama section. So last year, massive, massive competition here. And this year, there's what, 1, 2, 3, there's about 10? So here's the winner. Second place is this Napoleonic one based on a painting. And look, it's visually impressive. You know, you can't discount that for being a lot of model for your buck. Let's see what came third. This is a Commended. It's an impressive big model, definitely. This one's called Ambush. Just back to the detail, look at that. That's nice. Okay, third is this shelter truck. Now I know I was here on Saturday night, today's Monday, and one of the propellers was spinning on this, which was quite nice. Maybe the batteries have worn out by now, 2 days later. It's impressive, the figures are good. I feel like the trees are maybe a bit out of scale. And a Commended. So that's it for dioramas this year. It's a big drop from last year, and I have to say, like last year there was that submarine that was just a standout. That was in the single vehicle category. There was also the amazing, I think, Hungarian tank last year in the forest, and that blew me away. Nothing's blowing me away this year. Like they're good. I'm not slagging off the effort here at all, but it's not perhaps capturing my attention, same as last year's winners. Still good, don't get me wrong, still good. Now I can actually show you the front of the winning diorama. It's beautifully done. I actually saw the guy bring this in on Friday night. He was the one right behind me in the queue. It's worthy. It's a worthy winner. So this category is the single model military diorama, so you've only got a single vehicle on the base. Those great shipping containers. It's placed third. Nice little Lanchester. You can see the light in here isn't the greatest always. This is first place. It's a really tidy build. Come back to those. Beautiful weathering. And I like this one because it has a sense of humour. Here's the historical figures. And that got first. Lovely. And second. And third. So three beautiful ones. And I think they're all by the same modeler by the look of it. This geisha is beautiful. Sorry for the wobbly hands, guys. I thought this guy was really charming too. Got it commended. I like the cricket stump. Quite a few commendeds. Some lovely stuff here. Look at that. Wow. Historical figures. First place. Well deserved. I love this one too. There's a really cool diorama just here that I like in one of the club displays. It's just cool. I like it. Their theme is all about dust. I like it a lot. Slow down my panning, sorry guys. Those goggles. Wow. Stunning. I do love this guy. He reminds me of Gerard Depardieu. So this is historical figures and busts. Some beautiful stuff. Someday I'll work up the balls to enter into this category. It's tough. It's a lot of competition. Some stunning artistry here. just keep coming back to that guy. He got third, and it's beautiful. That's first. Wow. Another club display. Science fiction, movie and fantasy figures, and this is first, Lilith, and it is lovely. Really beautiful. I hope you're catching some of that detail of the hair there. Just stunning. Second from Game of Thrones. Where's third? I can't see third, but look, some lovely stuff. It's great. We've got some sci-fi vehicles here. This I found really charming. So it's a German half-track, but from Planet of the Apes. That's cool. And I also really love this post-apocalypse van. I'll take a photo. That Australia Post on this side. This is the Gundam or Mecha. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. First place, really lovely. Nice stuff. I really like this commended here. It's charming. It's got a lot of quirk to it. It's very interesting. Second. And third. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, some strong competition there. So there are some categories where there's not a huge amount of competition. I'm not saying that as in the standard's not high. I'm just saying that as in, you know, you're pretty much guaranteed of a place if there's only 4 cars in your entry, in your, you know, category. But this Cobra, lovely. Nice stuff. This is the Miscellaneous category, Junior. So I love that this encourages younger entrants into the hobby, and I love this one. Came second. I like it. And first place. I mean, look, that's really good. I think a lot of modelers would be very happy to do that. I'm not sure what the age is cut off for Junior, but it's nice. Yeah, it's good stuff. So this is the Senior Gundam or Mecha out of box, so not heavily modified. First place, beautiful paintwork. And very clever. Yeah, nice. You can see there's a lot of competition in this scale, in this category. So you can bet your bottom dollar, this is intermediate, but still, you can bet your bottom dollar there'll be a lot of entries in this category next year. One entrant. And it is nice. This is the science fiction large scale. Do particularly like Batgirl here. So let's see what came first. First place is this bad boy. It's impressive texture. Do like this too. That's big. Big Star Wars Club display. The science fiction and fantasy out of box. So it means they haven't been heavily modified. It's pretty much exactly as it's come out of the box. If that didn't make perfect sense already. Nice speeder bike, one. And as someone who's just fought with his own model to make it suspended in the air and give that illusion of anti-gravity, it's nicely done. Very well done. Third is the Millennium Falcon. And second is... must be around the corner. Okay, so this is beautiful. I love this. That's just gorgeous. Love that. It's a pity about the figure falling over, but what are you going to do? Oh, it's commended. Wow. I really like it. Not sure where's second. Another commended. I mean, it's not all about the results, let's face it. It's definitely not. God, that would be too sad if that was all you came here to view. And I apologise if I've been focusing on that a bit much. Ah, second, right in front of me. Star Wars Y-Wing. Oh, gee, I love all that copper work. That's cool. I really like that copper. Yeah, it would be depressing as hell if you only came here to see the winners, you know. So all of them are stunning. Intermediate aircraft, so another category where there could be more entries next year. Small scale science fiction figures. So here's the winner. Some amazing paintwork here. Wow. Submarines. Oh, that's beautiful. I happen to know the modeler who built this one with the brass torpedo on the side. He didn't submit any instructions, so I think that's really counted heavily against him. It's a beautiful model. I love the display of this one. It's tiny. Some beautiful club displays. So the clubs put a lot of time and effort into them. They really do. It always adds to it. This is a lovely vehicle. A couple of nice Japanese planes here. I've seen Rene de Koenig's work before. Really love it. But also over here there's a big club display. So there's war games. Big club display for ships. Really lovely. That Flower class Corvette up the top there. Gorgeous. Yeah, it adds a lot. For the ship nerds, lots of beautiful stuff. I do like the Mikasa. Ever since my trip to Japan, I'm such a Japanese model nerd. Tragic. Oh, look at this. HMVS Cerebus. Really beautifully done. Stunning. I got a lot of feedback last year that I didn't include any cars. Sorry. So here we go, cars. Here's first place. Stunning paintwork. Really stunning. And second is this Thunderbird. And third is this Mustang. Oh, it's the Bullet Mustang. Ooh. Pretty sweet little hot rod here. Something broke off. Killer. Hate that. It happens. And I do like this Ferrari. That's really nice. That's a cool Ferrari. So there you go, car nerds. Looking after you this year. This is another category which I think will get a lot of entrants next year because there's only 3, so you're guaranteed to walk away with a trophy. First, second, third. And I also happen to know that these are done by 3 mates. So every year, the 3 of them have a competition. They do a theme, and then they enter them into the competition. And, you know, whoever wins gets bragging rights amongst the 3. That's cool. Over here, some small-scale jets. I like this little yellow guy. Some more cars around here for the car nerds. You know I call myself a nerd, don't you? That's not a term of abuse. I'm still a sucker for a hot rod or a muscle car. So this category is usually pretty hotly contended. This year, 1. When it's beautiful, but 1. Wow. Let's have a closer look. These are real leather seats. Wow. Thank you. This is the miscellaneous category, so it's basically the stuff that isn't in any other category. There's some cool egg planes and egg tanks here. Egg tanks? Cute tanks, whatever you want to call them. And they all did well. I think they all got commendeds. Man, this is making me want to build a BF 109. Nice little Corsair. That Mustang's lovely. They've all done well. This is the winner, the Carnotaurus, and the paintwork is stunning. And this big train here is all made in metal, apparently. Other stuff in the miscellaneous category is a desk and chairs, MG42, dynos, engines. It's an interesting category. I always enjoy seeing it. This Panzer III got 3rd. It's nice. Oh man, I think I need some kind of tracking device for next year. Look at me wobbling the camera around. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Say I'm a sucker for a space shuttle. That's lovely. So back to the start, to the Scratchbuilt category. So we're right at the doorway here. There's the entry. Now I've done the whole building. I feel ready to actually talk about it now. So the Starbug from Red Dwarf, really nice. Great colour. Nice base, yeah, really like it. Space Jockey, the Geiger. It's pretty funky. It's menacing. It's big. I wonder what the base is made out of. I really like this Jedi training droid. There's a few little dings on the top of it. I'm not sure if you're catching those on the camera. Yeah, there we go. So I think that probably would have costed a few points. It's a whole bunch of beautiful sculptures, which I think are probably from the same modeler, and beautiful paintwork. Definitely. Really like this goldfish one. Really interesting displays as well, really interesting bases. Little trainer. Tractor is impressive. As a Scratchbuilt tractor, that's really lovely. It's a lot of work gone into that. Then there's this baby, which you would all know if you've been following me for a while. I don't know how I'm going to get it home. Okay. I'm chuffed and a tiny bit surprised. These are the three guys I mentioned to you earlier. Every year they have a competition amongst themselves, and they run with a theme and they enter them. So I really like that. I think it's a great idea, and it's all about the bragging rights. It's cool. Well, I've walked around the model show a couple of times now, and I have to say this one's my favourite. The base, the painting, it's incredible. I love it. Wow, I'm in awe. Everyone puts in an amazing effort. Well, it's time to try and get this home. Fingers crossed. Guy called Troy here just told me I should have put it in a cardboard box and surrounded it with plastic bags, and that would have been a very, very wise idea. Did I do that? No. Will I bitch about it when I get it home? Yes. Fingers crossed. It was a fun experience this year. So that's the Australian Model Expo for 2018. Almost an hour's worth of video. Apologies for any shaky video there. My hands were a bit sketchy at times there. I feel incredibly humbled to have won a prize there, I really do, and I thank you all for coming along on the journey with me, people who've been watching for the last 10 months or so. Yeah, it's a really, I enjoyed volunteering as a judge this year after I had my kind of hissy fit about it last year about not getting a place. I thought, put your money where your mouth is and volunteer as a judge, and I learnt a hell of a lot. I really, I would recommend it to anyone who's considering doing it. I learnt so much in one evening. It's really quite extraordinary. Yeah, it was a fun day. I hope you all enjoyed this coverage. It's a long one. I hope the different chapters kind of made it a bit easier to find the stuff that interests you. And if you've got any comments, please chime in below. I'd love to hear them.
If you're also enjoying my work, please consider becoming one of my supporters on Patreon. I'll put a link here. If you do that, you help me to produce more of the videos that you like, and you also get 10% off at a range of retailers, which is, you know, a bit of a two-way street. I'm not just after charity here. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed this. This is Dave, signing off.